beautiful people. The main thing here. Today I decided to do something a little bit different. Instead of just a one channel message, I decided I would do a pick a card reading. I've done those before. It didn't really vibe with me, but I felt cold to it today. I felt that today is the day that I should do 3 piles. Pile 1 being Citrine, pile 2 being Apatite, and pile 3 being purple Mookaite. Can't really see, it kind of looks grey, but it's actually purple. So yeah, so those are your 3 choices. And we're going to start with pile 1 being Citrine. Now, when I look at this Citrine, I think I really enjoy the fact that there are lots of inclusions. And usually we see inclusions as flaws, but I actually think that these inclusions and the way that the Citrine is shaped actually makes it glisten a little bit. It makes it quite beautiful. So I feel that, firstly, if you are experiencing any feelings of disempowerment at the moment, I feel that you should connect with the color yellow, which is the color for the solar plexus chakra. And I feel that that will, if you heal your insecurities about your own competencies in particularly career, I feel that that's going to help you a lot in manifesting things, not just in your career, but in your life in general. So yes, if that resonated with you, if that matches your vibe, this is your reading. And if not, I recommend that you pick another pile. So the decks that I chose for today, for pile 1, oh, I got crap on the box, is Mystical Medleys. And the Oracle decks that are going to support that, oh, I jumbled them up, excuse me. So the Oracle decks that I intended to use is the Music Oracle, and yeah, the Music Oracle, and also the Golden LeNormand Oracle. I don't know if you're familiar with the LeNormand system, but it's another form of cartomancy, which is quite popular. So yeah, so I am going to shuffle those cards. Where did my, there we go. Always getting jumbled up. Okay. Oh, these nails, it's so hard to get anything out. Nails are actually an interesting thing symbolically, because if someone has very long fingernails, you know that they're not accustomed to hard work when it comes to physical labor. They are trying to communicate, I am queen. You will do as I command. Oh, okay, first card chosen, 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is the first card. I know you didn't get a good look at that, but I'm still shuffling. Okay. Oh, second card. Oh, 5 of Cups. Okay, I'll show you quickly, because there is differences in the Mystical Medleys compared to the traditional Rider-Waite. They've got a lot of similarities thematically, but there are distinct differences that you should be aware of. Okay. Oh, okay. That came out in reverse, and I have been told to take it that way. So that is what I'm going to do. Do I want to take any more cards? No, I don't. Okay. So for now, these are the cards that you will be receiving for your reading. Okay. So the first thing that I observe in this pattern is that it goes 6, and then it goes 5 of Cups, and then the Fool in reverse. So my first impressions from noticing that pattern is that somebody here might feel that they've taken some missteps, and it has taken them backwards. They feel that the changes that they're undergoing right now is a step in the wrong direction. And I'm not here to judge. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but basically the 6 of Cups is very much all about happy memories and nostalgia and remembering things as beautiful. And there's almost like this childhood sense of wonder. It may be referring to people that you know in your childhood, or at least someone that you have known for a long time, maybe 6 years even, because there's 6 cups here, and maybe because they're cups, maybe it's kind of felt like a long time, 6 long years. And then there is the 5 of Cups, and as you can see there, usually they don't show the liquid that is in the cups, but interestingly enough, in these 3 cups, there's spilt red. Now, I don't know if that represents wine or blood. It's not very clear about that. And he's floating over a big black hole. And instead of looking ahead of him so he can cross the river or see that there's a bridge in the background, he's too distracted with what is being shown in the mirror, which is more black and more darkness. Actually, I'm going to have a look. Actually kind of reminds me of a boat, and boats are very symbolic of journeys, and I think that there is a lot of analysis and introspection and recontextualizing all of the beautiful memories of the 6 of Cups. And now things have been spilled. Spill the tea, if you will. Spill the tea. Usually that's an expression associated with gossip and finding out things about other people that you didn't otherwise know. It's very some true, some untrue. It's very revelatory. It's all about yeah. So I think that there's all of these beautiful memories, and now you've made a discovery and you've seen something in the mirror, and maybe all of those beautiful memories were more a reflection of oneself and the feelings we attributed to those memories, but the facts don't really align with the 6 of Cups. That's how we feel, and this is discovering the reality. And you know, you could accept the 2 that's remaining, but you can't actually see what's in them. They're empty. But oh, I actually got a feeling of nausea there, especially when I'm looking at this house. It's like there's a worry about the location of your house. And there's this river in between you and your house, and you're like, how can I get there? But the thing is that there's actually a really easy way to get there, but you're looking in the wrong direction. You're looking in the mirror, and you're looking at influences that are behind you and that should be behind you and should stay behind you, and you should not give power to those influences. Because as long as you keep on looking at them, they will influence your decision making. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to actually have a look at the 3rd card in reverse, and that's the Fool. And interestingly, on this Fool, is they've got the pyramid symbol. People associate that with the occult, Illuminati, etc. And I feel that you are not accepting the wisdom that is being given to you from what I would call irrational sources. So there are things that we know scientifically, rationally, intellectually, and then there's things that we know, but we don't know why we know them. And I feel that those that inner knowing that you have is giving you a lot of golden insight, but it's making you feel foolish because you don't have any evidence to support it. But I want you to trust that what you are feeling is true, and that you need to pay attention and observe these feelings and be highly attuned to how you feel in the moment. There won't be signs in the 3D that something is wrong, but you will just intuit it. You will feel it. You will know that if something is wrong. It may even feel dangerous. And so I'm saying you definitely need to pay attention to this. You are giving too much power to the 6 of Cups and the good memories and the times and the things you've built together. Look at these beautiful little flowers, and yes, they are very beautiful, and it's hard to leave those beautiful moments behind. You may want to take them with you, but there's a clear warning here that if you do not react to what is in front of you, and instead of allowing your prior understanding of the situation to influence what's going on, things could turn out very, I don't want to be doomsday here, but things could be irreparable for quite a time to come, particularly in the area of relationships, because it's going to, your prior understanding of the situation, which is the Six of Cups, being absolutely destroyed. Now you're in reflection mode. It's distracting you from the changes that you need to make. It's making you hesitate. It's making you hesitate, but you need to act now. And you need to, in theme with the Citrine, which is all about self-empowerment, I feel there's a battle going on between two yellow energies. There's a push and a pull. And I feel that you allowing this dynamic to continue to happen, this push and this pull, between these two polarities, these two opposing forces, whatever they may be, I feel that hesitancy is going to be costly to you. It's going to continue to be costly. I feel that it's already been costly to you. So, okay. So now we have the general idea of what's going on. Because they are cups, I feel that this is very strongly associated with relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic connections. It can still be career related. But if it's something to do with the workplace, what it is going to have to do with is your peer-to-peer relationships and the dynamics that are going on. But because I am noticing the two houses in the background, in the Five and Six of Cups, I think that it is actually to do with relationships, in particular home life. And because it goes from the house being up close, and there's, I can't help but notice this, I forget what they're called. I think they're called turrets. This angry turret, this angry tower, overlooking this home, this happier home, and these two together. I feel that where you are right now is probably, despite how you may feel about it and how comfortable you are being there, there's a nefarious influence in that home that you need to get rid of. You need to rid yourself of that influence in your life, and it may actually mean moving away. So in Six of Cups, you've got the home really nearby, but you've got that angry tower like over the top. This unhealthy, maybe a lot of conflict within your home right now, and this is the home further away. This is the kingdom. May feel a bit on the outside right now. You're looking in, like you should be comfortable where you are, but you are not. And then the third card, the Fool, but it was in reverse, and I am going to take it as in reverse, is there's no home to be seen. The Fool has moved on. But did the Fool move on their terms? I don't believe so. And I believe that this is your warning right now, to be prepared for what's coming. So, oh, okay, I haven't even shuffled this, and I instantly notice the snake. So I feel like whatever's going on, I mentioned 6 years before, the Six of Cups. I'm thinking that this is moving on to the 7th year of a particularly covertly negative cycle. I feel like these cycles come for you in sevens, and so there is an upside to what's going on. You know about the snake. You know about the snake now, so that's one upside. Nobody wants to find out that there's a snake in their life, but there is so much more you can do now that you know. And this snake is sitting on top of the hill, and that is the most advantageous point for you, but not while the snake is there. You may be more secure at a different location. So I don't actually know what this woman is holding up here. I don't know if you can see, but kind of looks like a flute. So I feel that the right course of action is to not confront the snake. Continue to work around the snake until you get in a safer location. So it goes 5, 6, 7. Or 5, 6, 0. Oh, sorry. So again, the snakes is, to me, personality characteristics. So it's not situation. Well, it can actually represent physical location. So, for example, if you are asking a question about a physical location, the snake may represent a place near a river or something like that. But generally speaking, by default, the snake is representative of deception. Someone with a forked tongue. Someone who tells you a lot of bullshit. Okay, and then there's the garden. So the garden is generally a place that is very public. So maybe a lot of these more serious discussions that you need to have need to occur in a public place or in a more formalized setting. You know, there are still snakes in gardens, but there's a lot of open spaces where snakes don't like to slither. Makes them feel much more exposed. So they behave themselves in a garden and generally hide out in the trees away from the foot traffic, away from other eyes that may see them for what they are, which is a snake. Okay. Oh, I'm going to take that one because it's jumped out. Okay, it's just the woman. So usually it's representative of the woman in the reading, if you're doing it in the LeNormand style reading. You know, because it's such a neutral card, I am going to take another one so I can get more information on whether or not it represents you or a feminine influence. You know, I actually, before I take this other card, I actually feel pretty strongly that there is a feminine influence that may be empowering this snake character, that may be giving them a false sense of, I don't want to say security, but hubris. Make them feel confident that their behavior is the correct behavior. It's justified behavior. It's natural behavior for the snake. There is nothing wrong with their present conduct. But you know better. Okay. I think it's the sun. Now, the sun is actually a really optimistic card. And, you know, with the Fool, I also see the sun. So I think that one of your biggest setbacks in a situation maybe the fear of starting all over again and not wanting to give up what you've built, what you've worked really hard for, because you've only just discovered what you wanted to do with your life. I feel that you did a lot of meandering. So now that you have a passion and a zeal for life again, and then you're thinking, well, I've just found out that everything that I knew to be true was not in fact true, and that I was being deceived by a snake. I think that there is that real fear and apprehension of picking up, and you have to pack light for this adventure, this new journey. There's so much stuff that you probably want to take, but you cannot take. You just have to leave that behind. So I think that this is actually a really good opportunity for you to declutter your life and know that there are actually very few things that we actually need for our soul to thrive, for us to shine. And he's holding one flower there. So in the Six of Cups, they've got all of these cups and all of these flowers, but this one, he only has the one that he needs. And you will come to a realization that all of these things, they're holding you back. And over the great scheme of things, they are being used to keep you in place. And once you realize that, you'll feel so much lighter. And actually, you know, an interesting song that I just heard in my head, and it really is representative. It really is representative of the Six of Cups and then the Five of Cups, and it's "You Are My Sunshine." Now, when people hear that song, they think of it as a positive thing. They think of the Six of Cups. They think, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. Ugh, I'm a terrible singer. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. But they always forget about the second verse. And, oh, I'm getting chills. You need to look into the lyrics for You Are My Sunshine. And it will show you that the positive aspects of that song is when you're not really paying attention. That's just the veneer. That's the current presentation. You think, oh, this is a song about love. But it's not a song about love. It's a song about control and possessiveness. So please look into the lyrics of You Are My Sunshine, and you will completely understand what I'm saying when I say it epitomizes the Six of Cups to the Five of Cups. But ultimately, you're going to leave that snake bitter. There's going to be a lot of acrimony, a lot of venomous fat. But you're going to be liberated. You're going to be liberated. There's going to be so much sunshine and love in your life. And I feel this isn't going to be for everyone, so please only take this if it resonates. Oh, okay. So I think that this is a matter of love. And the thing that I do notice, because this was on the bottom of the deck, so I felt the need to point it out, is there's a bandage on this heart. It's good to have love, but how much of that love has been from a loving place, and how much is that love from a wounded space, accepting less than what you deserve? So, okay. So I'm going to put those cards away. No, you know what? I'll leave them on the table because I might be able to see something with the third deck, the Oracle deck, Music Oracles. Seeing as the song came through, my sunshine doesn't want to come out of the box. Okay. Alright. So I see, first thing I notice is everything about this reading has been very yellow. Very to do with the sense of power. So there's Citrine, both the mystical medleys and that LeNormand deck was a balance of gold, a little gold in that deck. But then there's this red. And I feel that you will be liberated if you let go of the need. I mean, love is nice, but it's much nicer when you don't need somebody else to love you. And be discerning with who you love. And there is this culture of guilt surrounding self-love. A lot of people confuse that for narcissism or selfishness. But a certain degree of self-love is necessary in order to survive. Oh, okay, that flipped at me, so. Okay. I feel the need to put this on the garden. I'm feeling very strongly that you may have, no, I'm going to leave that, that you may have someone coming into your life, a masculine, who may feel like an escape. And things are looking very good, looking like a way out. But I would delay. I'm not saying don't get it out of this situation, whatever this is. If you need to move home, you need to relocate for your peace of mind or your safety or your sense of security. Because home is not a very nice place right now. Maybe you need a vacation. You just need to get out of there. I am not contradicting that message. But I feel that this gentleman right here, look at those beautiful eyes. He's got a very gentle, soft smile. And there may be a temptation to accept the first hand that reaches out to you. And I'm not telling you to make a decision on that. But I feel that you need to do more research, because the thing that I noticed was the poison bottle. I don't know if you can see that on the card. There's several things, and I'm going to read all of them to you so you can make the decision on what resonates with you. So there's glasses. It's always read and play between the lines. So to me, that means now's not the time to do anything reckless, but okay, you know what? Spirits told me don't continue with that message, so I'm going to throw that away because it's not going to be helpful to you. So the bottle here, the bottle of poison, is your true nature is reflected in silence. So I feel like maybe there's someone here that's not sitting in silence enough, and that's possibly why this situation that is unpleasant and negative, you sat in it for so long because of the discomfort of silence and being left with your thoughts and understanding how you truly feel about a thing. You just keep yourself busy so you don't have to see that the Six of Cups is not the true reality. But you need to pay attention and know that what was there before was influenced by a need to be loved. You stayed in a situation that was less than satisfying because you didn't realize how much you craved to be loved. Okay, so that is Ravi Shankar. Your true nature is reflected in silence. So, and it's hard because you're being told that you need to make decisions soon in a timely fashion. You can't just sit on this anymore. You can't live in denial. But they're also telling you to not make rash decisions, to act with caution. And I feel that, yeah, this female is standing out to me. I'm also noticing the statue in the garden. So I kind of feel like, yeah, there's very much a feminine influence that's still and non-observable in the background that is influencing a lot of the negative circumstances. And it's not something or someone that you can do anything about. You just have to just get away in general. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can take any more advice from spirit here. I feel that this is getting pretty long already. Oh, James Brown. James Brown is a notorious, he is apparently quite a violent person. So you wouldn't think that because his music to a lot of people is quite uplifting, but you should not underestimate what lies beneath. So the first thing says, knock 'em dead and then leave. Second thing is, don't quit moving until it's payback. So when you're ready to get up, it's time to get down. So I think that there's very much a message about when to stay still and observe, and when to get up and take action, and being very attuned to that, not ignoring your intuition. Trust your occult wisdom. Don't rationalize away your fears and apprehensions, because that is your spirit body trying to tell you something's amiss here. You have no reason to believe in 3D that something terrible could happen to you, but they see something that you don't. They can see what's going on up here. When the solar plexus chakra is out of balance, there is a pathological need to take control. And if that is a masculine, if that's a masculine experiencing that imbalance, it can manifest in a variety of ways, just like James Brown. Knock 'em dead and then leave. Don't quit moving until it's payback time. When you're ready to get on up, it's time to get down. Okay, the first thing I see in this card, the text that stood out to me in this was a show for your entire family. Thursday the 28th. So that may be a call to someone to leave by a certain date. And I think that this is going to affect the entire family. You picking up, packing your bag. Okay. You know, I'm going to take one more. Very strong relationship reading. Group 1. Oh, okay, this dropped on the ground. You know, if something drops on the ground, I kind of feel like it's like, no, don't take that one. Don't take that one. Maybe an accurate card to take, but it may not be helpful or for your highest good. So I will not take that one. Group 1. Okay. Patty Smith. Okay, Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not yours. Learn to make peace with eternal dissatisfaction. The most powerful form of rebellion is of the spirit. I'm getting chills. I feel like this card is saying, I heard it's not your fault that things have turned the way that they have. You couldn't have known because of the way that it started. So there might be something relevant to the way you and this snake person came together that disguised these characteristics that are now becoming increasingly problematic. And Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not yours. It's saying that their wounds are not your problem. Okay? Do not be the martyr and sacrifice yourself, your sense of safety, security, happiness for this other person because you feel indebted to them, you feel tied up, you feel tied down. Your karmic debt is repaid with this person. It's done. You gave them something beautiful, and if they don't appreciate you for that, you have to go. Okay, so that's it, group 1. I don't know if I can do another 2 of those. Oh my goodness. I always do that. Oh, I jumble up the cards. Just put them in the wrong places. Okay. So thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what didn't resonate. Or tell me what triggered you. What stood out the most in this reading? Thank you. Hello, group 2. The main fae here. If you picked the gemstone Apatite, this reading is for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Now, in group 1, I started off the reading by explaining the color and the association with the chakra, but I just want to point out a few things that happened during the break between group 1 and group 2, because I found group 1 quite emotionally exhausting. Is I was thinking about the gemstone Apatite, and I wasn't just thinking about what it means. I thought of the song Home by the Sea by Genesis. So someone here might live by the sea. They may want to live by the sea, or they used to live by the sea as a child, and that's something that they are nostalgic for. That's something that they miss. That's something that they would like to go back to, something that they have a calling towards. I would encourage you to listen to the lyrics for Home by the Sea. But it tells a story. It tells a story about a burglar, so real Seven of Swords energy, a burglar who breaks into a home by the sea. And when he arrives, he is trapped there by the ghosts that haunt there. And basically, he's forced to sit down and listen to their version of events of their story. And he is trapped in that house forever with the stories that they tell. And then he becomes, presumably, another ghost to tell his story and how he got there and got trapped in his circumstances. So the energy I'm getting is the stories that other people are telling you are affecting the outcome of your situation. So if you were called as well to listen to group 1, I would encourage you to do that. I do warn you though, it's kind of a bit of a downer. So if you are in the mood for upbeat reading, that group 1's definitely not for you. It's very, but you know what? Blue is very much about the truth. So you may be happy to know it just because the truth matters to you. Yeah, so in regards to the chakra system, blue is very much in touch with speech and communication. It's the closest the physical gets to the spirit realm. I might be connecting with people who are spiritually gifted in some way. You might be a healer, or you may be a medium actually, and you may be surrounded by a lot of energies. Maybe you are not doing your spiritual hygiene, you're not doing your cleansings, you're not doing your meditations, you're not doing your protection rituals. So there may be a message in that. If you're particularly empathic and sensitive to other people's energies, particularly to the things that they speak into being, if words are weapons to you, oh, that's another song, word is weapons. Oh, there's not only the song, words as weapons, but there's another, it's going to bother me forever now. If I remember, I will, I feel like it's a Bring Me the Horizon song. Yeah, maybe Throne. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look it up later. But there may be a lesson in mindset, how you look at things. You can either look at words as something that tear you down, or something that you can fight against and build you up. So anyway, and also in relation to this and the home by the sea, I also got a craving for fish. So, but I ended up eating like nachos. So, like, I feel there might be a lesson in when your spirit is calling for healthy food. Heed the call. Don't ignore it, like I did. Don't go for what's easy and simple. When your body is craving something healthy and you want it, take advantage of the fact that you want it in that moment and nourish your body. Okay, so that's all I have for the Apatite stone, I think. So that's group 2 stone. If you think that resonates with you, this is your reading. If not, choose another pile. So for the tarot deck for group 2, we have the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. And it's one of my favorite decks, actually, published by Unemployed Philosopher's Guild. Please excuse my terrible tapping. I like to think it's endearing as I have teeny little hands. Oh. Okay, too many fell out then. First one to fall out was 5 of Wands. Oh, there's a lot of conflict and competition around you. Okay. So these two seem to be working together as a team to protect each other. I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but these people are focusing on attacking each other. So there might be some intercommercial. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Okay, maybe if it's in relation to career, you may be threatened by the presence of competition in your particular field. But that's not what I was trying to say. What I feel this is there's interpersonal conflict within your community. And you feel that it's going to perhaps have some fallout with some of your closer relationships. And my immediate instincts here is to stay out of that rivalry, that competition. You don't need to weigh in on everything. Okay, the next card. Okay, how many cards fell out? Yeah, I'm not going to take all of them. Wheel of Fortune is the next one. Okay, that's the next card that came out. And there's the Two of Swords. So they're going to be the 3 main cards. And of course, I am going to show you the other ones. There's the Knight of Cups, which is all about wish fulfillment and emotional. You know what? I see there's a little bit too much fun, perhaps here. There's many empty cups around her, so someone may be going to some kind of social gathering where someone may imbibe, may drink a little bit too much. Things in theme of the Apatite, things may be said that shouldn't be said, and so keep in mind, watch what you consume at this time, watch how much you drink, because you need to be keeping an eye on the things that you say, possibly to avoid this crossing anybody and avoiding this 5 of Wands situation. Because I feel with the Wheel of Fortune in the center of it all, that this could be this situation could be highly influential and impact your career. So it's something that you do not want to get involved with. And I am having troubles with my voice now. It's starting to crackle. So I feel that someone may start raising their voice, straining their voice, may demand that you get yourself involved in this Five of Wands situation. Maybe there's a pressure to take sides, but the wheel will keep spinning. So for the time being, I would leave it. So before I go discuss the Two of Swords, which is your third main card, overarching card of the reading, not overriding. It's one of the three dominant cards. There's the Page of Wands, which is to me personally represents someone who is ambitious but perhaps a little inexperienced with manifesting and making their dreams come true. Maybe they don't necessarily have the resources that they need to fulfill their passions or what they are inspired to do at this time. Further education may in fact be required. I noticed that at the top of their staff there are 4 leaves. I don't know what the relevance of that is, but it's something that I noticed, so I thought I would point it out. She's got very strong magician vibes, so I think that she presents herself as being more learned or more competent than she actually is, and she's just got a lot of inner fire and passion. So perhaps she is the central figure in that conflict. Maybe she's a very passionate person, but knows less than what she actually lets on. And it's that feeling of being threatened, which may create a lot of rivalry, competitive energy. Yes. So there's the Nine of Cups, Page of Wands. Okay, there's also the Fool and the Ten of Wands. So again, I think that Fool really does match up with that Page of Wands energy. I think that they pair up. And yeah, I would avoid being vulnerable around, like, it may be your wish to be around this person because they seem like a mentor, a figure, they may be someone you look up to. But I feel the message here is, you know more than you know. That sounds strange to say, but you do. You are not the fool. This person is threatened by you, and I don't think that you've given them a reason to feel threatened by you. But they are looking to perhaps overburden you or make you feel like your calling is too much for you to handle. So yeah, this person. So I feel like this energy is the energy of an unknown rival of yours that you don't actually know about. And the way that you know who this person is they're going to be the person in your life that wants to seed uncertainty and make you feel uncertain about which path to take. Because the people who love you the most are the people that accept you and your decisions, even if they don't believe that that decision is the right one. They will support you anyway, unless you ask. So the lesson here is whoever's out there looking to give you unsolicited advice, there may be a saboteur energy about them. It may not even be intentional. What I'm noticing is the mountains in the background, and there's an opening to the bay, and I feel that there's something about the big ocean and wanting to be the small fish in the big ocean rather than being a big fish in the small pond. So a person whose ambition is way too high for their ability, and they are making you question yourself. But you know what is true to you. You know what you are capable of. Okay, so I didn't mention any signs in group 1, but because I have noticed it in group 2, I'm going to point out the fact that there's Scorpionic energy, there's Aquarius energy, and there's Leo energy. So there's one of each of the 4 elements. There's water, fire, air, and earth. Taurus. So there's the desire for stability, There's the desire for being the agent of your own destiny. And there's a desire to... Okay, so I think the two dominant energies in my mind personally is, based on what I'm seeing with all... I'm going to leave that for the time being. But just know that the 4 signs on the Wheel of Fortune is Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. So if there are any of those signs watching, or the Saboteur may be one of those 4 signs. I'm going to put these cards back because I feel that for some reason, I know it sounds like bizarre, but I kind of feel like a remote viewing energy. It just feels like that someone's watching over you. Someone's really paying attention to what you're doing right now. I don't want another card. You know what? I think I will take one more card for pile 2. Just one more, just to see. Oh, you've had so many cards just pop out already. But I just... Reverse 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, so the expression that came into mind is never look a gift horse in the mouth. So this person maybe presenting themselves as very helpful and very charitable. Oh, my deck just fell down on the ground. Okay, sorry, I will probably have to pause this. So what fell down on the ground that I saw straight away was the moon and the 3 of Swords. I'm going to put this deck away so this doesn't happen again, but I don't know if the camera caught that, but it just seemed to like fall down on the ground by itself. Maybe it was the fan blowing it on the ground. I had a lot of weird activity actually. I was doing a TikTok and it didn't matter what I did, like there was no fan going, there was no background noise, but I kept on getting like a static sound in my recording and it sounded very much like EVP. So yeah, I don't like, not everyone believes in magic or black magic, so I'm not going to actually, you may feel like someone's directing a lot of negative energy towards you, but you don't understand the source. I would say that's largely unfounded, but there's definitely, I definitely think that there is a need to cleanse your space, perhaps because of the song Home by the Sea. I'm called to emphasize that. Maybe you have someone sending you bad juju and you have negative spirits whispering in your ear. Yeah, so back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by the deck falling on the ground, was the 6 of Pentacles in reverse and Libra energy there, because there is the scales tattooed on the hand. So they may present themselves as someone who is very benevolent and balanced and giving and generous, but I feel that there is a cost to this. So just be aware, and I am very cautious about instilling fear about gifts. So please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not implying anyone's love bombing you or anything like that, but I feel like called to say, read the fine print. Like, what do they look to get out of this? And if you are unsure, you could ask them, are they looking for any kind of exchange? What are they looking for? Do they want to contribute to a partnership with you? Is there kind of a business arrangement that they're looking to make? Are they looking to meet your connections? What is it? If in doubt, just ask. I mean, if they're covert, obviously they're not going to just out and tell you straight out. But they might give you an indication of what they're looking for in their response. And never trust someone who blows up at you for just asking a question. If you're like, hey, what do you get out of this? Yeah, it's kind of abrupt, it's kind of rude. But a person that is of your people, they're not going to take offense to that. Okay? So those are the 4 cards. Yeah, so do look a gift horse in the mouth because it may have cavities. It may have a whole bunch of vet bills that you need to pay and you can't afford to take that gift horse. So yeah, always evaluate. I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't receive gifts with love. But I am saying that if someone is overly generous in a very brief period of time that you know them, maybe there's more to it. Okay? So, all right, what's the next thing that I want to lay down here? Okay. Oh, my goodness. You know, I think I want to go with the art oracles next. just because. Wow, okay, so I don't know if I can show this, so I'm just going to cover it up. Okay, so I haven't done any shuffling yet. I'm going to cover this up. She's the card that I've paid attention to that I feel I want to point out to you is the artist Cindy Sherman. She's a contemporary artist, and I'm covering up her titty there because obviously some of her work is quite controversial in this particular artwork. I think she's a feminist artist, a contemporary feminist artist, definitely a postmodern feel. And in this particular imagery, I am seeing phases of the moon, and I'm also seeing the different faces of women. So this could be like a community of women of diverse looks and backgrounds, or this could represent a person who wears many faces. A person who wears perhaps 1,000 faces plays a role. But, you know, in saying that, it's not always a bad thing to present a different version of yourself to different people. The person who you show to your boss is not going to be the same person who you show to your mother, your brother, your sister, etc. What it says here is, don't be yourself, be yourselves. Tell the truth in every fiction. Take a good long look in someone else's mirror. So, first what I get is that you need to be adaptive and see things from their perspective. Have a little bit of empathy for the person trying to screw you over, because, like, we all have our stories to tell. And understanding why they are the way that they are may help you avoid their scorn. But that's not actually... That's... No, I don't want to take that one. Yeah, so I see a woman with many faces. Who she shows up for is dependent on who you are. And judging by the energy of the other cards that fell out, how threatened by you she feels. If you present your confident face, you might attract this woman's ridicule, her critical eye. What else have we got? Okay, this is my damaged card, so forgive me for its quality, but this is Marina Abramovic, and she is probably most famous for what WikiLeaks showed, where she had emails with the Podestas. I'm probably going to get flagged from YouTube from even mentioning it, but one of her artworks was referred to as spirit cooking, and it was a mixture of bodily fluids that then a still life model had to lay in, and basically people observed that and thought it was art. So, okay, I'm just going to read the text to you. Skeptic, heal thyself. Discipline is both a noun and a verb. When a stranger stares into your soul, do not press charges. Stare back. So I think, and scorpionic energy again. So I think that that's confirmation that this person is either a water sign or, yeah, water sign. And maybe have the other signs like Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Libra heavily in their natal chart. And yeah, I feel like perhaps because she's got the arrow pointing at her, that there's two messages here. Either do not invite someone's anger by being seen as a show-off, or someone that makes them question their competency, their abilities, because I feel that this person may have an ego problem, maybe very highly sensitive, being with that scorpionic energy. I feel like you're not going to really know the true thoughts of this person. I feel like what they're going to say about you privately is not going to be the same as the face that they wear while they're with you. And I feel like you're going to be put on trial. I just hear like Chris Hansen's like, take a seat. Just take a seat. And that never ends well. You could be a completely innocent person, but as soon as you hear, take a seat, you're like, uh-oh, what happened? What did I do? I think that this person is very analytical and very judgmental of you. And they're going to be making a lot of judgments about you. It's going to come from an egoic place. And they're going to assume that it comes from an intuitive space. So just be very cautious of that. I think that you should keep everything very cordial, very courteous, very friendly. You may even need to invest in the art of flattery. I think, and I'm not saying that to be like totally fake and false and insincere, but I mean, I feel that this person is going to respond well to excessive praise, and adoration, and why don't you teach me what I need to know? Because if you start showing your competency and they feel that they need to compete with you, that's when things are going to go awry. Okay, what else do we need to know about this person? Because this is where the group one was very much about a relationship and of the home. If this is relating to a relationship, it's going to have a profound impact, or it has the capacity to have a profound impact on your career. This person may be in the same field as you, and you may have to resort to taking a step back. Never present yourself as overly confident, but also firmly stand your ground. I think that is what I am getting. Yeah, stranger stares into your soul. Do not press charges, stare back. So I think that, yeah, that's all about standing your ground, but not aggravating or escalating the situation. Artful speech. So, do I want to take one more? Yes, I do. I do want to take one more. Oh, no. No, I don't want to take one more. I don't know why I decided that, but I don't want to take one more. Not from this deck. So the next deck, to get any clarifying information that I'm going to get, is from the Tealeaf Oracle. I'm going to leave that on the table for the time being. So yeah, I feel there's definitely a feeling of being threatened by you in the career space. I think that you've just expanded so much, so quickly. People almost perceive the changes you've made so quickly as you being fake, but it's not fakeness. You're just blossoming into the person that you were always meant to be, and you always made yourself smaller. So people are definitely going to feel that effects, and you're not only going to feel that in your friend groups, but you're also going to feel that in new connections that you make. That there will be this conflict between the person you used to be. Yeah, so maybe it's also representative for some people of an inner conflict of the different aspects of yourself and how to properly integrate them. How can we be confident without appearing too brazen in a way that seems confrontational and upsets people? That might be what you're working on right now, or how to have a calm and relaxing aura without being invisible. Yeah, I heard Messiah complex when I looked at the Wheel of Fortune. This particular angel, I feel like this person thinks very, very highly of themselves. And so therefore, that is just incompatible with thinking very highly of you. Because if they thought highly of you, that would make less room for thinking highly of themselves. So they are, they're going to seem very kind and generous, particularly in the beginning. But in a way, it's a way to assert power and control. It's very transactional, and it came out in reverse. So that giving comes at a price. You're going to have to give something back later if you accept it. And you know what? I feel that you might, I know this sounds terrible, but you might be in a position where you have to accept it, or you don't have a choice. And you may just be forced to pay the price later. And this reading is just more about finding out what that price is and being prepared for it later. Don't be caught by surprise when you think that there's no strings attached and then all of a sudden there's strings attached. But yeah, you'll work out who this person is. The person that makes you feel the least sure about yourself and your feelings and your choice in friends. The projects you invest your time in. Those are the people to look out for. Those are the people to be cautious of. And maybe they have a place in your life, but perhaps it's a limited capacity. And just be aware that this is a person who does have many faces, and some of those faces are going to be highly reactive to criticism. They will be offended by anything they perceive as a threat, and you don't want this person on the attack, because once they have a grudge, oh, they never forget it. They never forget it. So yeah, so this is in relation to career primarily, even if it's through a personal emotional connection, romantic, whatever. This is a predominantly career related reading, in my opinion. I mean, the only one that actually indicates that this has anything to do with material resources is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's pretty balanced. There's the Five of Wands, there's the Swords. There's no cups here. But yeah, there's two ways you could be dealing with it. And one, I'd hate to say, is the wrong way. Being highly confrontational. You can stand in your power and be confident, but just be aware that the louder you are with your confidence, the more threatened this person will feel due to their ego and their privately held beliefs about their incompetence. They may actually have lashed out at people, and they may undermine you and your career to other people that hold them in high regard. So just careful where you tread. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Tealeaf Oracle cards. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, there's so many cards in here. So, you know what? Oh, on the bottom of the deck, Fly. A period of ill health and depression. So, and you know what I get with the Fly? Flies are associated with death and curses. So if someone's cursing your name, someone's saying, like, directing negative energy. Oh. No, you know what? I'll just leave that, and I'll just assume that those cards are not supposed to be in that reading. I will not accept them. I will pick them up later. They are not going to demand my attention right now. I have clear boundaries. Broken Wishbone, Mountain, and Bouquet. Yeah, so Bouquet fell over the Six of Pentacles, which came out in reverse. So I don't know if you can see that bouquet. So again, that indicates some sort of gift that's coming towards you, but may have ulterior motives. Compliments from an admirer. So, like I said, with this Six of Pentacles, you may have this person that's like, oh yeah, like I've been in this industry a long time. You know, you're doing it all wrong. I'll show you how it's done. And you think that, oh wow, they're so helpful. They know what they're doing. And you know, maybe they know exactly what they're doing, but maybe what they portray as helping you is actually serving to undermine you in some way. So just, that doesn't mean that you can't accept criticism and help and advice from other people, but always, if you have a gut feeling that that advice is garbage advice, I think you should trust that. And remember, when people give you advice, especially unsolicited advice, you don't have to take it. Maybe you'll take it at another time when it's more appropriate. Maybe it's not right for you right now. But anyone who gives you advice, even if you ask for advice, it is your life. You are not beholden to take their advice. Of course, they're going to be like, I told you so, if the advice they gave was correct and it doesn't work out for you, and that you also have to accept that as a consequence. But you are not a slave to other people's wants for you. So people can give you advice, you don't have to take it. But don't be aggressive in the rejection of that advice, because you may bruise that ego. Okay, so Mountain fell over Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is the indecision and the uncertainty and procrastination, not wanting to make a decision, or them instilling doubt in you about the decisions that you have made. And the Mountain, or the major challenge to overcome, I feel, is the fact that I feel that there's kind of some sort of dependency where you will have to interact with this person. So it will be this very delicate operation of how do you let them down lightly without creating this conflict. Long road ahead. I don't know why I heard that in my head, but I said it because it popped in my head. Okay, so Broken Wishbone. A wish will not be granted. That fell over the Five of Wands, and also Cindy Sherman over here. Sorry, I just gotta make sure I don't get flagged by YouTube. Block her titty. Okay, so I feel it doesn't really matter what you do. This person is not going to like you or approve of you as much as you would like them to. But that's okay. You're awesome the way that you are. You don't need everybody to like you. You just have to be able to navigate in a way to make sure that you do not you don't cross them. You don't piss them off. That is it. You just have to learn the art of diplomacy. Oh, yes, I will take that advice on board. Thank you. That is so helpful. Thank you. Praise, praise, praise. Yes. Standing your ground, but without being aggressive or escalating the conflict. Okay. That is all I have for this reading. So I hope that it was helpful and that it gave insight to you. You're always going to come across people in your chosen industry who thinks that they know better and that they can do better. And you know what? Even from the people that aren't as confident as you and think that they are better than you can still learn from them. Even if that's learning how to not be them. Breathe. I'm just seeing if there's any energy. Yeah, so there's lots of okay, so there's archway, which is new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Sorrow over a loss. Excitement, feeling tied down or frustrated. So I think that the greatest vulnerability you feel right now is that you don't feel that you're getting the traction that you deserve, and this person may, exploit that feeling. But you are heading exactly where you need to head. You're doing everything perfectly, and what you envisage for yourself may not be what you get. But there's this cliche: "What is meant to be yours won't pass you by," and I'm a firm believer in that. Even if it's not something I practice all the time, even if I find myself fantasizing and wanting a different life, where I'm like, oh, really? Sometimes we wish that other people could see us for who we truly are and see that we're loving, caring people. But some people just don't think like that. Some people are very resource oriented. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I have for you. I don't know why there was that long silence there. I felt that, for some reason, I felt the need to just be silent. I don't know what that is. But anyway, thank you very much for listening. If that was helpful, please like, subscribe, comment. Tell me how you felt about this reading, what resonated. Oh, and also tell me where I got it wrong, what details were slightly different, but how ultimately it did apply to your situation and how it was helpful. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Hello. If you're pile 3 and you chose Mookaite, this reading is for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't vibe well with you, maybe pick another pile. Now, the thing about Mookaite that I find interesting is it's a very versatile stone. So it comes in a variety of colors. It comes in white, it comes in red, it comes in yellow, and in this case, it comes in purple or a grayish purple. Now, Mookaite comes from the word muka, which means flowing water. So its energetic properties is that it allows people to be adaptive to fast-moving situations and to go with the flow, and to move without attachment to a particular outcome. Just being able to know what is the right course of action and to take it to have the best possible outcome and to serve your highest good. Okay, so if that's something that you feel that you need right now, you may need a little bit of Mookaite in your life, and this message is most probably for you. So I am taking cards out of the deck, Tarot of Curious Creatures. Generally speaking, I take 3 cards unless called to do more. Sometimes cards fall out, and sometimes I take them, sometimes I don't. Oh. Reverse King of Pentacles. I feel like that reverse reversal is highly conditional. But I feel the Emperor in reverse is not. I feel that that is definite. So the cards that came out is the King of Pentacles in reverse. The Emperor came out in reverse. And Judgment came out. But Judgment actually fell in between the Emperor and the reverse Emperor and the reverse King of Pentacles. So I'm going to turn them back the way that they are supposed to be for the time being. Do I want to take another? I think I want to take another card. Just one. Please, Spirit. Give me more than one. I'm not going to take it. Okay. Oh, Two of Swords again. Okay, so Two of Swords actually came out in pile 2. So if you're called to pile 2, perhaps that is your reading instead. But if you feel that the other cards are actually more relevant to your situation, then I would advise you to proceed with this reading. Okay, the first thing that my eyes were drawn to was the number 20. So it could be my brain heard that you are awaiting an outcome to a situation. So what it's done is done, and the actions that you've taken, you can't take back. There is no going back, and so you have to go with the flow. So as you can see, the trumpets are sounding, and she's putting her arms up in surrender, and she's accepting the outcome of what has unfolded. I feel that the Judgment is involving two parties, the reverse Emperor and in this case the reverse King of Pentacles. So when you see the King of Pentacles upright, you're seeing someone who's very sensible, very frugal with their money, holds on for a rainy day. They save up. They're very sensible. They're not frivolous. They don't flitter away their money on meaningless things. Everything is a careful and calculated investment for them. So in reverse, I feel that the tone of this reading is that perhaps it's advising you to be a little bit less impulsive with your material resources and be a little more frugal. But having said that, I feel the Judgment is very much a card that is outcomes based. It's kind of like you don't have a lot of autonomy in a situation when it comes to Judgment. So I feel like you're feeling the consequences of your past spending habits. And this is making you feel less powerful or more susceptible to the coercive control of other people who hold money in high regard and resources in high regard and like to hold on to the things that they have built. In fact, they have their hand out to you. They're looking to still take more from you. Have you paid your tithings? Where is your tribute? Can I have my tribute, please? So the Emperor and the reverse King of Pentacles tells me, oh, another thing is you, reverse King of Pentacles could be someone who is materially being stingy with their resources, not seeing you as an equal contributor to a given situation. So, Two of Swords. Yeah, so there is that uncertainty card again. I think someone wants you to feel like you don't know whether you're coming or going. And I noticed the spots on his arms. And I feel that Leopard can't change his spots. There's a certain characteristic of being guarded, being confrontational, swords raised. So this person seems to be looking for a fight from you right now. They're looking to have this showdown, this judgment. It's like they're waiting for the big, the rivers to flow with blood and the second coming, and for you to be judged. They're looking for something to happen to you, for you to suffer some kind of consequence. I'm getting vengeance, revenge energy, feeling bitter, resentful. This Emperor has this energy of, I worked really hard for all of this. How dare you try and take it away from me? Without me, you would have nothing. You are nothing. That's how they want you to feel. And they are making you feel this way because they have all of the control over finances. And they are miserly, and they think that every little thing that they give you is a blessing. They don't feel that you should be entitled to any of their resources, despite what you have built together. Okay, do we have any more clarifying cards? Okay, for the second one, which one do I want to take? Do I want to take Wisdom of Aragon first? I think I'll take Wisdom of Aragon first. Avalon, sorry. I don't know why I said Aragon. Is Aragon a place? Perhaps it's relating to your ancestry. I'll look that up later. See if Aragon is a place. Oh, I feel like it's Lord of the Rings related. I don't know. Maybe you have elf-like characteristics. Very angelic. And they're taking advantage of your gentleness. Oh. Burden. Yes, they see you as a burden. And that's a very harsh way to see you. Considering, like, how much you have let things go their way. You have provided so much comfort, nurturing. You've provided your body, your soul to this person. And they've never been satisfied with what you've given them. Number 43 may be significant. Perhaps your life path number is 4, 3, or 7. So you may have to look into numerology. I see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birch trees. So that's giving me 5 of Wands energy. So they're very competitive. There's a lot of one-upmanship occurring where they're like, oh, yes, I do this. What do you do? What have you done for me? What have you done for me lately? Okay. So we're going to put that over the reverse King of Pentacles with Judgment is Burden. I'm going to put Earth Fairy down with 2 of Swords before I know what Earth Fairy says. I'll move these cards out of the way so they don't keep falling down, because that is something that's been happening today. Alright, so that goes over here. Okay. So I feel the Earth Fairy is very much associated with physical health, grounding, foundations, root chakra kind of work, feeling safe and secure. So again, this may be a callback to Group 1 if you have not been feeling particularly safe or secure in your own home. But that only applies if this reading doesn't feel like it's for you. There's a lot of purple over here. So I feel that there's a call to accept healing from source. You may need to surround yourself in purple crystals in order to detach from someone else's energy. You may need to go outside, out on the grass, and connect with the fae. You don't have to actually believe in fairies in order to receive their blessings. You just have to plant particular plants that are supportive of fairy folk, and they will come to you, and they will help you, even if you don't believe in them. I've never seen a fairy myself, so I'm a bit skeptical, but I've heard of some people who have, and I am not inclined to call those people liars or disbelieve them. Oh, another card is the Spider. I think that there's a call for you to throw yourself into creative projects, to remove yourself from the negativity of this person in your life. There's a lot of competitive energies around you right now. That's been a dominant theme in all piles. But this pile in particular is not about. Group 1 was very much about get moving, get out of there, relocation, new scenery. And Group 2 was all very much about sea changes and going with the funky flow. And in this reading, in pile 3, this is actually about staying put, but throwing yourself into your creative projects. Start making something beautiful that you believe in. That's how you contribute to the world. A lot of people don't value artists, but that doesn't mean that artists don't have something valuable to contribute. It's just a very thankless job. There are very few people that understand the value of an artist to society. So I feel that is the message right now. Number 15 may also be an important number to you. 1, 5, all as they combine to make 6. And you also might have an appreciation for things that other people don't. You understand that everything serves a purpose, everything is connected, and some of the things that may appear scary are not necessarily bad. In fact, sometimes you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. And some of the things that you've learnt to be good are not so good. And some of the things that you have learned are bad are not so bad after all. You may feel a calling to read about the story of Athena and Arachne. Arachne, however you pronounce it. There's a lot of changes going on. A lot of changes going on in the world at the moment. People are moving houses or looking to move house. People are looking for change, embracing change, but don't know how to start. There's a lot of energy of rivalry and competition, and some of that is healthy and some of that is not. In Group 2, we had a rivalry in a career. In Group 1, there seemed to be rivalry within a household. So how do we differentiate this energy from Group 2 and Group 3? What is different about this? Is this career related? Is this love related? Is this family related? Okay, I don't know if we take reversals for this, but I'll put it up right. Pretty sure we don't. I don't feel like taking it. So the sea spirit messages. So again, I think that that's perhaps a callback to the Mookaite and the concept of flow. And a radical acceptance of what is and what has already happened, what is outside of your control, and focusing on your creative projects to give birth to what can be, what will be. Felt compelled to look at this. Mighty. No, it goes there. And this one. Okay, I'm not actually familiar with Sisters of the Sea, and I could just read it intuitively, but I kind of feel at this point that the guidebook will be helpful. So let's start with 26. So many things turn away from the truth that life offers, but not the mermaids. They can see right through, clear as the purest waters, and what they see they can acknowledge. They can see what is, they can understand it, and they do not judge it. They do not make excuses. They do not search for explanations to make them feel comfortable. They see what is right there, they gaze into it, they go into the inside, the layers, the history, the possibilities. Time collapses, and they can see the threads binding all dimensions of time. So you know the truth of the matter when it comes to the reverse King of Pentacles. You know that the longer you stay around this person, it's not going to change their mind about you. You know the truth of the matter, and they can't really accept and appreciate you for the person that you are, and they never have. And the reason why it hasn't been a problem before, this could be a family member. The reason why this was never a problem was because you would always modify your behavior in order to appease them. They are used to getting their own way, and they are used to, I feel like, dispensing justice through material. They would gain favor through material possessions and material control, having the resources to manipulate, to bribe, to coerce people. And so there's kind of this prosperity magic belief where they believe that because they have more money that they are more just, more fair. But that's not necessarily the case. And in fact, they have become quite accustomed to using their resources for nefarious purposes, for power and control. That's not going to be for everyone. But it may be a reason to look for more ways to be independent in your life, because there's no better person to appreciate what you contribute to the world than you. And when you create beautiful things, it doesn't matter if you were the only person to appreciate it. You do it for the love of it. And I think that you could craft something beautiful as long as you surrender the control of this other person who seems to be like an energetic siphon. They take something from your soul every time they interact with you. So I would be doing a lot of protection magic at the moment. And I think that like group 2, this may be a person who feels the person receiving the reading, you right now, might be a person who benefits from watching the flow of water. Now that may be watching the waves crash on the beach by the sea, or it may be watching the relaxing flow of the creek over the rocks in a distant small town. That's where you're going to be your most creative. Away from the hustle and bustle. I feel that you will connect better with yourself once you get away from these influences that try to take away what isn't yours. And you know, the thing I am drawn to immediately is this octopus. She is being very nurturing, and even though this is not her baby, she knows how to care for it anyway. And you have a gift where you are very nurturing to other people, and you need to go where that gift is appreciated. So maybe you need to look into volunteer work, because that will not only help you connect with other people spiritually, and it's spiritually rewarding, but you're surrounding yourself in people who can appreciate you, who do appreciate you. And also, if they don't, you can remove yourself. Whereas at the moment, I feel that you're just drowning in unappreciative vibes. Not everyone has money to contribute to a situation. That doesn't mean that you don't contribute something valuable. And so I didn't look at C Spirit's message. So I don't read the whole definition. I only read what I feel is relevant to this particular reading. I just saw the word lang lang flash. I don't know if that's a scent that you would like to wear around you. I just saw Mighty, so I think I'll read Mighty first. Unseen by human eyes are the warrior mermaids, the keepers of the old temples of Lemuria, who may identify as a Lemurian starseed. The guardians of the Atlantean. Guardians of the Atlantean zones. They are utterly focused on their purpose. With strength and stillness, they are unshakable. There is a grace in their commitment and their unbreakable bond with the pledge they made long ago to protect the most precious about ancient energies. And so they patrol. They are vigilant, they are fierce, and they do not forget. So, I feel an energy of being on guard. And that is a very depleting energy. You underestimate how much being around this person is an energy suck and hurts you, like, physically as well as emotionally. You really truly underestimate the effect that they are having on you. The amount of control that they have over your life is unacceptable. I feel that this has been going on for way too long and it needs to stop. I know that with my family, it was a very, very long time before I put my foot down and went, this is enough. This is unacceptable. I do not wish to be treated this way. I do not like that you treat other people this way, other vulnerable people. So I feel that group 3 is very much about learning your lessons, standing strong, standing your ground, knowing your worth. Knowing your worth is stressed so much. Only surrounding yourself in love and positive energies. Do not accept anything less. Flow to where the people appreciate you. Do not resist change by staying in a situation that no longer serves you. A lot of people will stay in very uncomfortable situations because they don't believe that they have a choice, because the person who's disempowering them has made them feel like they don't have a choice. Well, you do have a choice. You have a choice of who you surround yourself with. You have a choice of who you choose as friends, who are going to love and support you. And you also get to choose what you do not accept about yourself. You get to accept whether or not you want to surround yourself in people continuously who doubt you, who malign you to other people. I feel very strongly you've allowed this person to have the power to malign you and impact your material wealth. You so underestimate the power that you have. I feel there's been a lot of fawning. So when people are threatened in a situation, there's usually fight or flight or fawn. And I feel that you haven't run away. You haven't fought this person, that you've learnt to fawn. You've learnt to submit to this person. This person feels like a boss to me. If this is a relationship, you are not the boss. This has a very strong boss energy. That they feel entitled to being the boss. Because being the boss is connected to making them feel powerful. This is a person that doesn't feel powerful in their day-to-day life, and you are their way of feeling strong and powerful. I felt the urge to... I think you need to go out and touch some trees, actually. You're in desperate need of a holiday. I feel that you would really benefit from a spiritual retreat. And you need this to learn your power, your worth, and also how to effectively ground, because I feel that you are so strongly influenced by other people's energies. I know that this is this is group 3 Mookaite, which is all about going with the flow. But for some reason, in this situation, going with the flow means learning to see the signs when to ground, when to stay calm, when to ask for help, learning how to be more organized, how to be more prepared. So this isn't the chaotic go with the funky flow. This is going with the flow, like the artistic flow, to be in a flow state, to be so accustomed to what you're doing that you know it by instinct. And you can only get to that point through meticulous practice, to reconnect with who you are as a person and know, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. I am not going to be influenced by external energies. I will flow to the path of abundance freely, effortlessly. I hear calm before the storm. So I feel that you're not actually at the crescendo yet. There's a climax that's coming. And you're going to be ill prepared. You know what? I've been meaning to say this for days, and I couldn't say it in a way that is covert to the person who needed to receive this message. So if they chose group 3, this is a message for them. And I'm going to say, change your social media passwords. Forget about your phone. Change your social media passwords, because they're checking you out on PC. So that's for one particular person. If they get that message, great. If not, it's not a message I can give in person, because for obvious reasons. Yeah, so that's it, group 3. So this collective, I have to have a look at the astrological influences, because I feel that the dominant theme is that other people are getting in your business, and other people think that they should have more control over your life than what they deserve. And that seems to be an ongoing theme with all 3 readings. People want to take more than what they give to you. But you don't deserve anything less. You deserve way more than what you've gotten. And you could take more than what you have. Just to be clear. If you were as vindictive and nasty as this particular character, you could take way more from them. But you would have to be as ruthless and nasty and vindictive and perhaps even violent than they are. And I don't think that you have the capacity to be that dark and that nasty. You would have to be so many steps ahead of what you are. And it's just not in your nature to be like that. Perhaps you've been conditioned by family to accept less. To be grateful and go, this isn't that bad. It could be worse. This other person has it worse than I do. So in contrast, these people don't treat me badly because I know I could be treated worse. Well, you could still be treated badly. Even if it's not the worst thing in the world. Even if someone has suffered more than you have. Okay. I think that it's really important to stop right there. Because I actually really struggled through group 3. It didn't flow as much as it was saying that things needed to flow. So I feel like the energy I'm picking up on right now is yours. In you know that you're supposed to be taking a particular action, but for some reason you're making excuses and you're going, oh, but like I don't have the ability, I'm not strong enough. Well, you are strong enough, but you need to stop surrendering your power to other people. That's the problem. Is there's certain things that you just do that you don't even think about. You don't even realize that you're doing them. You don't even realize how much power you're handing over to the other person until someone says, hey, did you know that this person could totally screw you over because of the power that you've given them? And then you're like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. But because you're just so used to like surrendering your time and not valuing yourself as a person, valuing other people above yourself, because you are so kind, generous, selfless, that vindictiveness, that it didn't even cross your mind until it was possibly brought to your attention. Is that all I want to say on the matter? No. That's not all I want to say, but that is all I'm going to say. Because I'm getting a vision. Yeah, Reverse Magician is on the bottom of the deck. So you are so powerful. You could do so much damage to this person. It's unbelievable. You could take their kingdom away. You could take everything away. But it's not in you because you don't feel like it's yours. You feel like everything is theirs and nothing is yours. You still have internalized the nothing is mine, everything is theirs. Even if you helped build the home, it's still their home. So but you know, the Reverse Magician is also a warning against being vindictive and malicious, because that also holds you in place. Because this person, you cannot win the battle on this person's terms. You can't. You can only, I don't want to say the word survive, that sounds like too melodramatic. You can only surmount this obstacle by being the best, strongest version of yourself and paying attention to how you feel. Pay attention to that above anything else. Above what people tell you, telling you what they think that they would do in that situation. You can only know what situation you're truly in. But the only advice that I would give now that is absolutely non-negotiable is believe that you are entitled to something. You are entitled to take up space in this life. You are not subletting in somebody else's life. You are a valid contributor. You are an equal contributor. This person is just accustomed to taking more than they give, and you are just accustomed to accepting less than what you deserve. This next chapter in your life is learning about not accepting less and to have firm boundaries and identify when people are looking to take more than what they give. I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but someone's like saying, talk to Nana. She knows what she's talking about. I don't know if this is Nana in spirit or if Nana is still alive in this person's life. But I feel there is an invitation from spirit to talk to them. And that is all that I have. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope that you get something valuable and positive out of it. I feel that the collective energy is kind of chaotic and that soft people are very vulnerable right now, but please do not interpret softness as a weakness. You're beautiful. Keep that gentleness. Keep that softness. But don't give softness in situations where softness is rejected. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening.